Once again, the game has started.
Yeah, we don't have time to chit-chat. Let's go. So right into this game. Business as usual. This is game 4 of the second bracket here, the NA bracket.
Are we going to see any strange bedfellows coming in? We see some anti-mages, some people getting inspired from the last game.
Nothing yet. Anti-mage being a bit of a standout.
Venomancer Enchantress bought for Rat 12.
BBG pairing the Townies. Elusive Target 1 on Rat. Elusive Targets is pretty powerful even at 1 star. 2 seconds scales pretty well compared to a lot of other 1 star global passives. Not too much
anti-mages for Zabiaka, but no bedfellows.
We see 2 players already completing 2 stars on round 2. The Veno 2-star round 2, the Dream, and Bloodseeker on the side of Forky. And we know Forky loves assassins.
Is this finally the start that gives us a 6 assassin game in this tournament? I hope so, because I really want to see it. Very exciting.
I think with Forky's range, I think there's a very good chance he will force this into assassins.
Especially if you start seeing, Queen of Pains, maybe an early Morphling. Level 2. Level 2 Morphling early is really, really good.
So we see a lot of Embarrassment of Riches being picked up, a very quintessential round 1, round 2 item. We see the Smuggler on the side of Forky to pair with the Bloodseeker level 2. Tusk 2-star on the side of Fumenchi, which is pretty good as well. And we even see Fibonacci working a little bit on the scrappy side of things with Check the Bodies, 2-star, and 2 Bounty Hunters. If this completes, 2-star Bounty Hunter,
pretty good.
With 2-star Check the Bodies, very good opener.
After round 3, what items each player picks up. But for now, I think the standard, trying to pick the strongest units. The good thing about items as well, you can see an item come up after round 1, for example, sell the unit you have in that small window you have, and kind of maybe buy an anti-mage you have bedfellows, for example, and kind of adapt to what items you get early. But mostly you want to get pairs. I think that's more than anything the goal.
Yeah, pretty much just complete pairs into sets. And that's going to be all you want to do. Strange Bedfellows from Fumechi and Soul-Sucking Siphon 1-star from Fibonacci.
Fumechi does not currently have any of the pieces, no anti-mage in his board or bench, but he does have a level 2 Tusk with Arcane Boots, so pretty good item there. Double Mr. Warlock bot, and the anti-mage is found in the first one. Double Enchantress, double Bounty Hunter, double Axe.
Oh, Panda.
And the Arc Warden very early on.
I need to show you something, Panda.
Show me, Swim.
Watch this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, yes, Panda. It's the Bloodseeker level 2 big-time contract, round 4.
2 more on the bench.
He's got 5 Bloodseeker.
He is declaring his intentions.
And here we go. This Ogre dies, and this Bloodseeker will go off. Probably won't even need it in this case.
Bloodseeker's oh, that's close.
Yeah, ideally with this Bloodseeker, you'd want the Warlock, the Mr. Warlock, instead of the Ogre Magi, just because it'll die faster.
Yeah, Ogre Magi is too strong.
Exactly.
I would never think I would say these words, but...
I mean, we could see a second Bloodseeker coming through. This is a really, really good start. I love this Smuggler opening. Looks like Forky could have some pretty cheeky assassin plays coming through. We see 2 2-star Venoms already. Strong start across the board. Lots of 2-stars, high power ones too. Venomancer coming in from Mino Hacks.
We talked about the importance early on about the 2-star or the 2-unit alliances that are much easier to pair up. We have Savage, we have Primordials, and...
Panda.
It's happening. No, it's really happening.
It's 2 2-star Venomancers. It's round 5.
It's 2 2-star Venomancers, but it's 2 2-star Bloodseekers.
What is going on in this game? They're both hitting the board. Oh my god, this is going to completely destroy. Bloodseeker is a hero who falls off.
Can they please face each other?
He falls off.
The Battle of the Gods on round 5. The most exciting matchup of this game is going to happen in round 5. If they face each other.
The Bloodseekers have to be good.
Oh, Ogre Magi is being targeted.
Yep.
Calculated positioning.
Bloodseeker's going off. And this Bloodseeker is just chunking. There it is. The 1400. It's not that much for this point of the game. This is going to be enough to clean up. It's just an AM 2-star. It's nothing for these Bloodseekers. Let's have a look at these Venomancers, how these are doing. They actually lost here.
The Venomancers.
Yeah, double 2-star Venomancers. Mino Haxor just got taken down from BBG's board.
Surprising. Considering he has 3 units on the board. Going to look at the rest of the opponents here.
Let's have a closer look. We've got Yosef. Yosef needs to be on kind of a stabilizing
step
path.
It up.
Yeah, he's got a bad start. It's just coordinated assault's not bad, but it's 1-star. You kind of need to build around it. You're going to have to upgrade.
Sell those ogres.
But he salvaged a fairly bad start last time extremely well. Let's see if he can pull it out again. Check out Fumechi, also on 100 health. He's got the Warlock 2-star pairing with
Mr. Warlock.
Venomancer. Mr. Warlock. Well, he's also a Warlock. We got the Warrior frontline, which we know Fumechi likes to do. Fumechi and Yosef are the two that love them. The Warrior, early Warrior Beast frontline.
Big toss buys a lot of time here. Is it enough time, though? Well, we'll see the double toss. That's the real question.
I think Knights are going to take
double toss
this
might
down.
happen. The double toss. Oh, the double toss happens. Tiny going off.
That's have to be good. We gotta be checking out these Bloodseekers, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Forky
I was gonna
loses
say.
a board again. So this is actually quite interesting. You see the Bloodseekers are losing a little bit of value here. The 2-2-star Bloodseekers and the 2-2-star Venomancers are not looking that good. He's on a losing streak.
We got too excited. We're being punished for our excitement.
The one awkwardness here with this board, and it'll get solved like really immediately, is he has no frontline,
Exactly.
right? Frontline is kind of the most important thing. Venomancer is a phenomenal backline hero, but you need one like level 2 tank. As soon as a level 2 tank comes online, this is going to be really powerful. And he's close to a Venomancer 3-star, which if you get it early is just game winning. We see Fibonacci
close.
going up to 3 assassins, which Fibonacci loves to play.
Yep, Fibonacci and 4 here, the two players that played the most assassins of anyone in this tournament. In the qualifiers coming into the tournament. So over 20-something rounds.
For he is looking like he wants to play the assassins as well. Fibonacci is doing pretty well here. The Slark will have enough to go off. The Slark jumps into the whirling blades. And if Fibonacci is good, we got to watch out for he's board. The two Bloodseekers hold.
Got it done.
And we find a 7th Bloodseeker as well. Panda.
It's happening.
Bloodseeker 3.
It's happening all over the
It's
place.
round 7. At this rate, he's getting a Bloodseeker 3 at round 9.
So we talked about Bloodseeker expiring around round 15, but if you get him to level 3,
He's got a big time contract.
he becomes very fresh for at least one more week of freshness.
Oh my god.
And a contract. I mean, that's like 2 week.
And Yosef is just crying over here. Everyone else is nutting, and Yosef is having another rough patch start. But if anyone can turn this around, I believe my boy Yosef can.
He just has to find a level 3 Morphling like last game.
Panda, how sad are you? Look at the start. He hasn't 2-starred anything. He can't find anything.
These are units that together just no, they don't work.
Yeah, so this is going to be a game where he's definitely going to have to stabilize fairly aggressively to try. I'm honestly, I'm not even going to watch this board. This is too. I can't look at that board.
Let's go to the
Let's watch something else. Let's watch something else. Bloodseeker time against
Assassin
Fibonacci.
versus Assassins.
Yep, this
Who's
is
the true assassin player here?
I don't know. I gotta say, I believe in these Bloodseekers.
Ogre's not dying fast enough.
Ogroid down.
Go.
The Bloodseekers are chomping on this axe. But the axe is big. Bloodseeker's got it.
3v1.
He's one-shotting. He's chunking, and he's got it.
3v1.
Bloodseeker takes it through 2,200.
Not 5,000, but he's getting there.
It's round 8.
He has to learn from Slark is a much faster stabber.
Yeah, it's true. And Rat's chunking as well. Another pretty weak board up with Yosef's. Man, this is a high roll lobby. There's a lot of power on these boards. Rat lose streaking, second weakest board with... I mean, it's not a bad board.
Some great pairs
turnaround.
on
Look
the
at
bench,
that.
though. I think the bench is stronger than the board right now. And I think he's also noticing the same thing. Like, let me swap these around. Something looks off here.
And he's got this Druid online. This is a huge turnaround. So Rat stabilized. Let's look at Yosef's board. Let's not look at Yosef's board. Let's look at someone else. Yosef, he's going to have to come to terms with this board sometime, but now is not that time. So we're going to see how Zabiak's board does against Rats. Rat hit his big power spike. Yeah, these Druids are online.
But Anti-Mage, he was a counter back in the day, a week ago.
Yep.
And Enchantress will go off here. The heal does come in.
The heal comes in, but Enchantress dies, and this Shadow Fiend is just untouched.
Like him, though.
That's got to be it.
Yep.
Zabiaka takes this over Rat's board, even with Rat having that big power spike on the double Druid 2-star. And we see He's board predictably streaking, no Bloodseeker found, but all eyes on the 3-star Bloodseeker.
He does have the 3 assassins now. Of course, if you have 2 of the same unit, it will not add the alliance. They have to be different assassins, of course. And now he has, in theory, 4 assassins, but 3 unique assassins. He does get the buff there.
This is the time of the assassins. We have 3 players on assassins, and He is just doing so much with them here.
Has he found no extra Bloodseekers yet?
None yet.
But
we're all waiting for it. Let's check out the progress on a 3-star Venomancer. Nothing too much here, and he really doesn't have the front line to speak of. That's a real awkwardness here. He's got 3 Warlocks.
Coddle Blink Dagger? Venomancer Blink Dagger? Is this the new meta? Against the creeps?
I think it's a bit of an awkward board by Mino Haxor. I'd like to see like a bit more frontline here.
I think Joseph might be losing.
This board loses for sure. This board has no frontline. I mean, he's got the Venomancer.
Oh, the stun though.
Oh, the stun is good. And he's got the Shadow Fiends. No, he's probably good. It's just the lack of frontline is very, very hurty.
Yep.
Yosef? I mean, of course Yosef. Nah, I got it, Panda. We're good. Got it.
Perfect.
Okay. So, yeah, that's it's not a great
still just
start by
mix
Yosef.
matching, throws in
Did
2 knights.
theirs.
Why not?
And like I said, I have faith in my boy here. I think he's got the turnaround potential, if anyone does. For he's looking for the Bloodseeker. BBG gets Wicked Intent. Let's take a look at these items. Summoning Stones up the wazoo. Mino Haxor with the
double Venom.
The double Venom Summoning
scary.
Stone.
This is a high roll lobby, like you mentioned before. I mean, there's some lobbies where you look at your board, you look at the rest of the board, you think, okay, this is not that bad. But this lobby, Joseph looks at his board, he tabs, and he's like, what is happening? Did people like siphon all the luck out of my body?
It's okay. He's got turnaround. Okay, let's check out these Venomancers with this Summoning
Blink
Stone
Dagger,
here.
that's what I want to see.
Yep.
I want to see the snakes coming from behind your army here.
Yeah, early Plague Wards coming through. The front line just takes a huge melt here. Look at that Shadow Fiend dead already.
There's no, like you said, you're putting, what's the saying? When you put something in front of the horse, in front of the cart in front of the horse?
The cart in front of the horse.
That's it?
Putting the cart in front of the ahead of the horse.
That's what he's doing.
That's He needs to have some kind of front line here. Some kind of like, if this Witch Doctor was 2 stars, that would be better. You know, Yosef, let's have a look. Oh, he lost.
Look at the Venomancer board. All right?
Yep.
He's holding the Bloodseeker.
Yes.
He's stealing it. He knows what the true win condition is here for 4HE. And he's on round 12 already stealing units from his opponent.
It's unfortunate we haven't seen a single Venomancer collected on the side of Mino Haxor since he got the 6 Venomancers on round 5, mind you.
And he finds the 49 gold. Might leave it at 49. He values the rest of the units on his bench enough to say, you know, I'm feeling kind of strong even though I have no front line. If I win this, no, he went up to 50 because his front line is not there.
Let's take a look at Zabiaka's board. This is the second strongest by health in this case.
But at 20 gold is a huge differential here in gold for some of these players.
Yeah, some of these players,
Mino Haxor is rolling down, it seems. Goes down to 35, 33 gold. Or he's buying units.
Looking for some stabilization.
Could be buying units.
Zabiaka's board is going to do well against Fumenchi's.
Double Shadow Fiend, again, missing that huge power spike with a 3rd Shadow Fiend. Has a few Druids on the bench, but not much being done right now.
Yep. And I'm really interested to see how Yosef is planning on stabilizing this. Obviously, we're kind of memeing about it. He's got like the worst start imaginable. Like if I'm in this game, I'm impressed if Yosef can get 6th place here, Panda.
Well, last game, he was at 39 HP on round 13. So he now has to lose 10 HP, and he'll be doing worse than last game. If not, you can still think that maybe he can do what he did last game and he ended up, I think, top 4 or top 5. So there's potential.
We see here everyone taking the slow level 6. This is, you know, normally you level to 6 on 9. You can do it on 13 if you're kind of lose streaking and you just want to preserve your economy. Fibonacci gets the Queen of Pain too. That's going to be a bit of a turnaround on the 3rd assassin board here. And like I said, we've got 3 players on assassins all contesting each other. We got BBG on Knights. He's found a sneaky way to just get Knights. Only player on Knights is a really good feeling.
And I think if you tab in, you see that, all of a sudden you really start committing, even at round 10, 12, you know, not round 15 just yet, but already you can start saying, okay, no one's going Knights. You look at the benches as well, and then just decide to go Knights yourself. Yeah, Double Shadow Fiend, they will both go off, so a big burst AoE damage, but the Knights possibly enough defense here to hold, but no,
Cask
it's too much.
Yeah, 2 Shadow Fiends, even at 1 star, counter Cask, but not enough to clinch this. The Shadow Fiends will take it.
4HE was defeated by Joseph out of all people.
Panda, we're on 8 Bloodseekers. Any moment, the Bloodseeker could emerge.
He just lost to last place, so.
Bloodseeker typically regarded as one of the weaker assassins. He often just kind of runs in and dies of old age. But in this case, you know, if you can get it early enough, maybe with some like a decent item, it can absolutely carry you through like these early game spots.
Looking at a lot of variety in the builds. Assassins, of course. Ooh.
Big upgrades all around. For he, not the Bloodseeker, but the Slark, which is very good as well. Absolutely. Level 2 Slark is very powerful.
Zabiaka is streaking. Mr. Warlock does come in, so really trying to make this Bloodseeker shine.
Yep, we're deeper into this Bloodbound.
Maybe too deep.
A 3rd Bloodbound unit here. I mean, I think he's looking on pretty good odds here.
A good test here against some Knights. Should be, I think Bloodseeker should be fine here. Well, he found Abaddon 2-star. Oh no, he found Luna.
Good. One Bloodbound down. Bloodseeker's ramping up. But it's not necessarily enough. Slark steals the last hit, and now the Slark has to be relied on to carry this, but it's not enough. Yeah, Bloodseeker going down. You're just so reliant on the Bloodseeker.
Oh, almost killed the Chaos Knight there, but not quite enough either. And yeah, 4 HP, if he finds that Bloodseeker, could really do a lot of damage and have that Bloodseeker survive the mid game as well.
Yeah. So we kind of find ourselves in a situation where we can see these assassin players are kind of blocking each other a little bit. Like for HE and Fibonacci kind of being on assassin together. We see
anti-mage level 2 with Bedfellows as well for Fumichi, but he hasn't found the Terrorblade. Only one Demon Hunter.
So hitting round 15, bit of the break round. We have Zabayaga now having like the strongest board here.
And Witch Doctor was also just combined.
Yep. Powerful streaking board, just like good 2-star, good stuff.
Holding the Terrorblade there as well. Maybe.
You're kind of always thinking about like some possibility for Bedfellows here. Now that you can get Bedfellows in any time of the game, it's like if you get the 2-star Bedfellows at this round,
anti-mage too.
You're great.
He has already the anti-mage on the board, so why not hold it?
Yep.
If it's not, hurting your interest, of course.
You want to look at Yosef's board and see these creeps?
Let's do it. See if he can. Ooh, it's close.
Yeah. I think he's good. He's got one more Whirling Death here coming in. Very low cooldown. And we're good. All right. Boy, Yosef's coming back in a little bit.
Still an odd build. He really ends up with these odd builds.
Yeah. You kind of have to make the most of a really bad situation. Like, you take whatever 2-stars you can get.
Fumichi did end up losing to the creep round.
Yep.
Missed it, Swim.
Panda, we don't have to yo them every time they lose the creep round. Yosef gets the Soul-Sucking Siphon. It's a 2-star, which is pretty powerful. Soul Siphon received a really huge buff since it got changed from these global items because you get it later and it's better. Zabayaka Elusives, and it's 3 stars. Yeah. Maybe he's thinking about Demon Hunters. He's got the AM too. Yeah. He's got the puck as well. He's ready to slam this Treant on the board. That's a great pickup there. 4 seconds. Again, it's almost like a team-wide stun if they're all attacking that unit, which is nuts.
He might transition into some form of maybe not full elusive, but maybe full elusive.
Okay.
Who knows?
So we'll check out Zabiek's board against the Rats. Rat also one of the stronger boards right now. I don't think it's going to be able to stand against Zabayaka, especially after that big elusive target pickup. Not a chance.
Yeah. The sustain there from the Druid's not enough to deal with the burst of a unit like Shadow Fiend, for example. And just not quite enough. How's our Venomancer player going? Is he close to completing?
Amino Haxor is on the 7 Venomancers. He's even slower than the Bloodseeker. These completions are definitely lagging behind a little bit, but he's staying in decently for having
Joseph
like, a
down to 28.
Yep. And I think it's about time we started seeing how he's going to make the most out of this, because this is around the point where you have to be like, okay.
Just looking at the mage transition again, but it's going to be a hard one. I mean, he does have Rager 2. He has a few pieces, Dragonite. No Dragon, though, to pair with. And still level 6, it's looking bad. I mean, he's about to be level 7.
Yep. So everyone takes like the round 17 level 7. Fumechi gets the Shadow Fiend 2-star. Very powerful early game unit. We see Yosef rolling frantically.
Yeah, overflow.
Bounding on a 2 by Yosef. Big upgrade. BPG's forcing Knights deeper. Ooh. And takes
Scrappy mages.
Yep. So this is one of the better things you can do. We don't have like mages up yet, but we're just like 2-starring. We've got like the 4 Scrappy, and we're going to try to see what we can do here for Yosef.
Fumechi finds Anti-Mage and Terrorblade, puts them both in.
And it
Big
looks
burst
like
there.
Oh, Shadow Fiend with a counter nuke. There's a lot of tankiness on both sides. I don't think Yosef has this here. It looks like he's going down again. He's sustained a little bit just by killing a few units, but he's still hurting. He's going to have to spend this gold.
Yeah, it's too much at this point. You can't really risk it. You can't stall for a creep round either. You have a bench that looks promising. You have 2 pucks. You have the Dragon Knight. You have the CM as well. You have a few Timber Saws.
You know, Haxor on the Raver too. Some
big
big
overflow is happening. The full overflow. This is where the APM really matters.
This is really big. He's going for it. Everyone's hitting pretty upgrades. Everyone's being forced to pressure to early to try to basically just stabilize and do some aggressive rolls.
Joseph's still at 30 gold. I think he just has to roll. He just doesn't have time.
Yeah, I think
APM wasn't there.
In his mind, if he wins 18, he can kind of greed out 19. Because 18 is, or 19 health is kind of outside of kill range. So if he wins this round, he doesn't have to spend until the creep round. And I like this mentality. The thing is, He's so far down. Second place is at 50 health. He's so far down, he has to play greedy.
It's a good win
and there
here.
it is. So this is very bold, kind of knowing when you have to be greedy, even though you're very scared.
And 4 HE with the Bloodseekers does get taken down, 12 damage. So Zabiaka very much in the first position, win streaking to 8. So he has completed his win streak, I believe.
Yeah, I think I have to say, I think BBG's position is probably even better. Even though he's not streaking, he's got a bit worse economy. He's not in the same health amount as Zabiaka. BBG being the sole player on Knights is such a good feeling. When you can be the only player on Knights, you're almost like guaranteed good 3 stars.
But he is still missing the Dragon Knight. I mean, he has to find it to get that big power spike.
Yep, Fibonacci's hitting Assassins.
Bloodseeker level 3 has not been found yet. Is he still on it?
He's still on it, yeah. He's still 1 away, but he can't find it. He doesn't want to roll just for it. Slark level 2, yeah. With a mask is going to be a huge bailout. And he's on 5 Assassins, so he's ready to throw in 6 very soon.
4HE is a big proponent of going Assassins with Dragon as well, with the Dragon Knight. And he has the Viper in the bench, so it might have to do with that. We see another slot come in. Queen of Pain as well.
That's a big deal. This Queen of Pain 3-star could be good, but Rat is chunking him here. This is taking a huge amount out of him. Got to check up on Yosef, see if he's good here. He does fend off this wave, so he is going to be good for a little bit longer. And we see these other players are losing health. He just has to stay alive.
And at this moment, with these pairs and this bench, this is the role, after the creep round, the one that Joseph really needs to stabilize. It's like a semi-stabilization. It gets you through these first few rounds. But now is really where you find that comp is going to be rolling into the late game.
Absolutely. You have to land this Warlock pair. The Soul Sucking have 2-star, the paired Alchemist and the Shadow Fiends. You have to complete both of them. Hit that sweet, sweet Warlock pair. Bloodseeker 3-star online. It's a little late. It's round 20. You would have liked to see this round 7.
Might have expired already.
Yeah. Honestly, Bloodseeker is one of those weird heroes. At 3 stars...
Kind of like Tusk. Yeah. You just sell Tusk level 3. It doesn't matter. Ogre Magi.
It can sometimes just go off, but it's not necessarily super reliable.
Oh, let's find out exactly how reliable he is against these creeps.
Oh, I mean, I think he'll be good enough against these creeps.
It'd be very sad if he doesn't. He just dies.
This potato is a little good, but this arm has to have this here.
This Prodigy is more expired than Bloodseeker.
And we just see BBG hitting upgrades almost every round.
Still missing the Dragon. Oh, he has one on the board.
We see 7 Abaddons as well at around 20. 7 Abaddons, 7 Bow Riders. Just the amount of Knights you can collect when no one else is on them is you're almost guaranteed to have 4 3-stars at the end of the game if it goes on late.
And he is streaky now as well. So.
Yep. Zabiaka hitting a Soul Sucking Siphon 3-star as well. This is huge. Venomancer 3-star is out on Mino Haxor.
And he has a Summoning Stone as well.
Summoning Stone and the 3-star Venomancer.
Blink Dagger on the Treant, which is interesting.
And it makes a swap. I love the swap. Gloves of Haste over the Blightstone. It increases mana gain by 20%. He might be thinking he might want to put the Blink Dagger on him instead if he just wants the immediate ability to summon 3 Plague Wards from this skill.
Yep.
Let's have a look at this. Man, it's hard to decide whether to spectate the Venomancer or the Bloodseeker.
Assassins coming in from Fibonacci, still staying true to this.
Venomancer
at the moment.
This is very good anti-assassin positioning. The Venomancer and Shadow Fiend just kind of protected and boxed in here.
The Razor again does great AoE damage.
Yep.
Is it enough though?
These Plague Wards,
yeah,
that's so powerful.
Venomancer does go down though, but I think it's too little too late for the Assassins.
Venomancer's carrying it 4. He loses again, even with the 3-star Bloodseeker.
We talked about and with Daedalus, and still not enough.
Yep. And Rat is officially lower than Yosef at this point. That's also working on a 3-star Venomancer. He's actually 1 away as well. So he's going to have to spend his gold down pretty aggressively here. At 11 health, he does have the Aegis, so he can wait a little bit.
He has a very odd just Knight there, a level 2 Omni Knight. It has been replaced finally. And we're going to have to see a lot of APM here from Rat. Still at 30 gold, 11 seconds left.
3-star on Rat.
Enchantress coming in as well. Could he hit it?
No Summoning Stone on this one.
Disruptor almost level 2 as well. Could replace Necrophos maybe.
Some players are taking kind of late level 8s here.
Still 30 gold for Rat. Yep. 11 HP.
Ooh, this could be bad.
Assassin.
He hits Fibonacci. I think he's got to be good, but the double 2-star Slark is scary. This is really, really scary.
The heals on Warlocks though.
The Venomancer's down.
Shadow Fiend could be enough. Disruptor on the Assassin as well.
Yeah, Slark's down. Once the Slarks are down, Fibonacci's board has no power. Fibonacci gets chunked down by Fumenchi.
That's a big chunk as well.
Yep. And Yosef repels. So we see good players stabilizing here. That's one of the trends you see for like good players. They always like play very defensive when they get low health.
Rat has to roll down to 0 here, I think, right? 30 gold. There's a creep round still 2 rounds away. Do you think he can risk it?
I think he has to roll down at least until like 1 big upgrade, which is often down to 0. We see some big completions. Disruptor 2-star coming out.
Something that Rat is also looking for here. Necrophos even as well.
And
Phantom Assassin, not great, but he does have the elusive global though. Ooh.
Bounty Hunter 3-star on the side of Fibonacci. But these assassin players are all kind of blocking each other.
No one goes assassins, and then all of a sudden everyone goes assassins. It just have to decide what they're doing here.
Fibonacci's board is solid. Fibonacci's board is hitting Yosef's on his side. But it's against 4 He's on his.
Bloodseeker. It's happening.
Bloodseeker's doing it. The 3-star Bloodseeker, this is kind of what it was born to do. This is it. It's finally doing it. And it looks like it's going to be enough to secure this board. Got a tab over to Yosef's after Bloodseeker. Yosef repels. Rat at 11 health.
And 4H, he lost to Fumechi actually for 17 damage.
And Rat loses 11 health and his Aegis with it. So Rat's naked here and exposed at 11 health. Fibonacci and Mino Hacks down to almost one-shot range.
Yeah, I think Rat has to roll down here. Well, he's at round 24. Do you think he risks it?
I think you have to roll down at least until like 1 upgrade. Not necessarily all the way. BBG, Abaddon 3 stars.
Oof,
a huge upgrade. Abaddon and Omni Knight recently got buffed. Their spells do tons. 600 AoE damage is actually gigantic. 2-cell AoE. This is like, it's like a level 1 Techie's bomb almost. Yep. It's crazy.
Dragon Knight comes in as well. Missing the dragon component for now, the second dragon, but we'll find it after level up.
And we got to see how Rat's board can defend. He's at 40 health. He's taken a sort of greedy path.
He's playing the number 1 player
board.
as well.
Oh no, this could be it. This Venomancer needs to stay alive. If it goes, his entire team is out. Huge Disruptor ulti, but it's not necessarily enough. The Lich Chainfrost, I think, has it. Venomancer might be going down here. It needs to stay alive long enough. 1 more cast could do it, but the Chainfrost comes in. Is that it? 11 health?
Fibonacci goes down to 1 HP.
It's not enough. He's still alive. He's at 2 health
and
here.
Rat goes
we
to
see
2.
1, 2, and 5, and everybody makes it to the 25 creep round.
And Rat really risked it there.
Whoa, that greed almost got him. And
as
now,
soon as the creep round starts, he has to just start rolling like crazy.
He has to roll his entire stack down. He's got the Enchantress out.
When you're rolling during the creep round, you can't overflow. So it's much harder, especially if you have a full bench like he does have. So he might have to wait till after the creep round. Then you only have 20 seconds to roll 50 gold, so it becomes very, very dangerous.
And we see Fibonacci trying to play for Assassins as well. The name of the game in this meta is really just like, don't play what other people are playing. Like, these Assassins are blocking each other. The Knights on BBG is just looking so good. And we can see even for he probably looking at Fibonacci's health and his bench and just aggressively salivating. If Fibonacci dies, for he gets the Assassins back into the pool. I mean, this Slark 3 is completing. Slark 3, 1 more Slark does it on the side of 4 he. He's going to roll down for it. The level 3 Slark with the Mask of Madness we've seen has basically just been a win condition in and of itself.
It can be countered. Something like a tiny stun, Witch Doctor stun, we saw it happen. But overall, especially when it's not a 1v1 where you can kind of prepare for your opponent, it becomes much harder to counter. That's the thing with Assassins. You can't really have your formation counter Assassins because there's so many other players, unless you're in a 1v1.
Both players looking for the Slark. Fibonacci needs 2, for he only needs 1.
Rat's at the 30.
At the highest health just lost to the creep wave.
Rat's still rolling, down to 24. Has not found much of
Recruiters,
anything.
Dude, everyone just found Recruiter. Okay, it was just Fibonacci and BBG. But, I mean, that's still a lot of Recruiters. 2 Recruiters.
Did Rat find, he finds the Lycan. 2, which doesn't do anything for the board at the moment. Disruptor's still level 1.
3-star on the side of Fibonacci. Really good stabilize at 1 health. Could be it. He's looking for 1 Slark. Luna 3-star on BBG.
Luna, that's huge. Is there a Mask of Madness on Luna? There is a Mask of Madness on Luna as well, so that's even stronger.
He has the Mask of Madness on the 3-star. Absolutely insane DPS coming out here.
Templar Assassin and Queen of Pain for 4HE, so a few more upgrades for his Assassins.
We got to watch these players struggling to stay in. Yosef against Fibonacci here, both within 1 shot of dying. Fibonacci needs to defend this off. Chainfrost coming out. This Chainfrost is going to ruin him again. This Chainfrost has it. Fibonacci is done here. He's going out, even with this Recruiter. He's 8 Slarks. Does anyone finish before him? We're looking at Rat. Rat's dead too. I think Fibonacci dies a little bit first, and Yosef is still in it. Yosef managed to outlast both Fibonacci and Rat. We see Fumechi pick up the streak here as well.
Were any Assassins released into the wild? Right, yeah, Fibonacci was running
Fibonacci's assassins are out, and suddenly he just has this smile on his face.
But he's
looking for one Slark.
He has a budget. Yeah. He's shopping on a budget.
So there is now 8 more Slark in the pool, almost doubling the odds at this point in time of completing the Slark. He's hitting that roll. He's got 3 more rolls, 2 more rolls, 1 Quap, 1 Slark.
Pudge 3 for Fumechi, not something you see every day now. Warrior's not as prevalent as in prior patches.
And there it is. The Slark is there. He had to make the difficult decision, selling the Queen of Pain, rolling 1 extra time. The Slark is up. Mask of Madness on the Slark, and that is really, really scary. He's got Refresher Lone Druid 2-star as well. He might have a big comeback.
Stalling, yeah. Treant Protector and Lone Druid.
I mean, suddenly these assassins are unblocked, and this Slark is showing us all why we built 3-star Slark.
Oh, the walking Slark. Where are you going, Slark? Dodges the burst there.
And he's going off. We can just take a look at that damage. Mino Hacks, is
the 5,000 IQ Slark.
Mino Hacks at 11 health is getting chunked here. That's it. Oof. Perfect lethal.
Joseph and Mino Hacks were both eliminated in this round.
And Joseph lasted to 6th place, which is pretty respectable from that start.
It was a very bad start.
It was really awful. Okay, so everyone is locked into the top 4 here. And honestly, I gotta say, his odds feel good all of a sudden. I mean, he's still on the Queen of Pain out as well. Unfortunately, having to sell one of those feels really, really bad, but this is an incredibly powerful board.
Sabayoka finds Tinger 2, nothing too crazy, nothing too exciting. We see win streaks there for Fumechi and BBG. BBG, of course, the Knights player, the Soul Knights player, finding a very easy full Knights comp.
Sabayoka has this really, really scary early Chain Frost, like the level 9 and Legendary.
Looking at Slark, he's stunned at the moment. Witch Doctor doing his thing.
The attack speed slow is really big as well. Slark might be going down here. The lifesteal might have him.
Oh.
Level 2 Bear, TA, standing still.
I don't think it's enough.
It's not going to be enough.
Chain Frost got it.
So he's taking some damage. Oh, and 1 more unit goes down.
Oh, 2 more units. That might have saved him.
It did save him. He's down to 5 health here. Fumechi takes some damage as well. He might be the first to go with the level 3 Slark with the Mask of Madness.
And there's a lot of, he might lose a round, but that doesn't mean he's weak, because if the Slark goes off the next round, has a little bit of more luck with the targeting, etc., he might still be very much in this. So
Shadow Fiend from Fumechi.
That is scary.
3-star Shadow Fiend. He's on the Terror Blade out, but he needs 2 more.
And the Necrophos as well with the Octarine would be huge at level 2. Yep. That's a lot of level 3s.
Sabayoka is even upgrading his board as well. Everyone's looking pretty strong.
Yeah,
I think he might be in a difficult position here.
One more round till
the Quap again. He had to sell the other one, so he's back up to 8.
Finds the Knights player. That's going to be very, very hard.
This is the hardest board. I think BBG has the strongest board right now. The Slark
is on
needs
Luna.
to carry it. It needs to not get stunned here. Slark is going off. Absolutely unfair damage.
Well, Abbott on level 3.
Yeah, that's...
the speed, my goodness.
Did you see... Were you watching this?
That should be illegal.
And he repels up to round 30. We're locked into 4th place, and we see Sabayoka, the strongest health value, lose streaking at this point, because everyone just has a nutty board.
And his board is strong, but it's still not finalized. He still has a lot on the bench. He has a lot he has to finish still. There's a bit of mixed match of many different units. He has, Dragon Knights almost there.
Mm-hmm. At this point, his line of reasoning is like, he's got health, he can burn it as a resource. He's basically turning his health into gold here by letting himself die a little bit, playing for interest, and kind of respecting that he needs to hit some 3-stars, maybe a Lich level 2. So he's going to play for interest, and then hit like a level 3 Tinker and a level 2 Lich. That's going to be
this is the thing.
Down.
You want to maybe roll down now, where you lock the gold for this round, but your bench is full. The moment you hit something that you're interested in, you can't buy it until you overflow, so... How's Slark doing there? Killing dinosaurs.
This is so stupid.
I'm telling you, this should be illegal. This should not be allowed.
But he might actually have the weakest board here. All 4 players at this point have very strong boards. We have Fumechi losing. Panda, don't. There's
going to be I'm not going to say something different. There's going to be an update to the different the looks of the units. I hope Slark level 3. When you equip Mask of Madness, finds like some huge butcher knife.
Sabayoka gets a Moon Shard. He doesn't really have anything amazing to put on. He needs a DK at level 2 to equip the Moon Shard. It becomes hard.
This is where APM really does matter. Not only in rolling fastly, but knowing what to go for.
Dragon Knight 2-star with the Moon Shard. He got the Recruiter. He's rolling down 1 gold rolls on the Quap. He finds it. He's got the Quap. This
is it. He's done.
Yeah. He has the big time contract. It's not very useful at the point in the game. But
at this point, with this health and this gold, I guess you can go for Lone Druid. That's the only thing.
This might be it. I mean, this is really, really big for Forky. He might have found what he needed to stabilize, and we have to watch this board. He could get eliminated at any time.
He finds Anti-Mage and Terrorblade level 2.
I'm just going to pull up this DPS chart in advance. And it's all about the Slark. As we mentioned before,
Slark is really low.
He needs to get stunned. He jumps. He's alive.
He finds the health from the lifesteal with Mask of Madness, and there it is. He was close to dying. He was very close.
Very close.
But he found the jump.
So he repelled against Fumechi's board. Fumechi won on his board, and both players have health intact.
22 damage taken by Zabayaka. He mentioned that he was kind of all over the place. His bench is still all over the place.
Yeah. And he spent his gold too. He blew his load. He hasn't found the Lich or the Tinker.
I think he wanted to do too many things at once. He couldn't finalize a single board. He lost interest on the units he had on the board as well. Dragonite is still level 1.
Yep. And it's contested against BBG's Dragonite, which got to level 2. And BBG looks like the strongest board here, I gotta say.
Especially against Assassins, I think. Knights overall. It's pretty strong.
Just being Knights... I mean,
and Witch Doctor.
Zabayaka, the Lich level 2, huge turnaround.
I think it's huge that Witch Doctor has the Octarine and not Necrophos. I think it's a clear sign he's trying to maybe counter the Slark with a stun.
Zabayaka has the ability to turn this around with Lich. The Chain Frost, huge level 2 Chain Frost is an absolute board destroyer, but unfortunately it's not enough. He's going to lose it to Fumechi, not enough to be lethal. We have to watch Forky's board. Forky has to have
You got to the climax of Slark's complete demolition.
Let's
only the highlights. 9,000 damage.
It's not that much. I've seen worse. So whatever.
Forky has been at 5 HP for so long.
And everyone lost except for Forky. Look at this. Even BBG lost. This is crazy. BBG hits the level 9, and he's got the Dragonite upgrade. So BBG just hit a big power spike. But Zabayaka and Fumechi can die at any time. Fumechi hits terribly 3. And he's got the Hood of Defiance for survivability as well. Zabayaka might be the next one to go. This is really, really close. He needs the Tinker. He's got one more roll. He hit it! That's it. He's got the Tinker 3, the 0.5 second cooldown. Easy good here.
Crystal Maiden as well.
This Tinker needs to be taking damage. He's boxed in. He's protected against the Assassins. The Lich with the Void Stone and the Arcane Boots. Chain Frost coming out. He's got the Cauto Blast, which is enough. Is this enough to repel?
Slark needs
to die. It's killing everything.
Slark is the lifesteal. The lifesteal. He's unkillable.
The Tinker has to kill it.
No, Tinker. Oh, the lifesteal.
And that's it. Zabayaka is taking lethal damage here before he dies first.
Loses.
And Fumechi repels. Zabayaka takes 3rd place with a level 3 Tinker.
Let's mention that Fumechi has a Tusk on the board. Round 34. What is your opinion on that?
It's a good unit. It's third warrior. You know, it's very good. We can check out BBG's board. We can see both of them at this time, and BBG's board is really, really powerful. I do think this is still my favorite, but against Terrorblade, it's got to be close, right?
Do you prefer the Octarine on Necrophos or Witch Doctor at the moment? With Slark having
I like it on Witch Doctor for sure. I mean, Witch Doctor is my go-to Octarine. I think it's like almost the best Octarine carrier in the game. You got to have like the stun is just going to do more than
Necrophos
the heal at this
was nerfed a bit, so I think that makes sense.
And even with Slark out, you still Terrorblade is just as much of a threat. Terrorblade's got the blink. It blinked in. It's ulting already, and Terrorblade is just chunking these knights down. If this Terrorblade doesn't go down, it is just as threatening as the Slark. Terrorblade lasts.
Shadowfiend down. At least it's still quite a bit of damage 17. There.
Yep, it's not enough to take him down, but Fumechi's good on his board. Are the Knights getting knocked down here? Demon Hunters may just be good.
We're going to tab and look at the items, and there is no Aegis, so whoever dies.
That is it.
No second chance.
And it's round 35. We see BBG having a bit of economy here. He's got some roll downs, but what is he looking for? He can upgrade his dragon to 2, but that's basically it. We see Fumechi isn't really looking for too much either, right? I mean, you might want to upgrade like your Necrophos or your Queen of Pain. You have 2 1-stars on your board, dude. Fumechi has 2 1-stars on his board, and he's crushing it.
He's fine. He has 4 3-stars as well.
Yeah, the 3-star
that's an important part to mention.
All right. So we're against this big black dragon. It's not spreading her out for it, but the Knights should be good here.
I mean...
it's a little dangerous to not spread out against big black dragon.
Yeah, some units got deleted pretty quickly.
Yeah, he lost a lot of DPS there. He could actually possibly regret not spreading out. BBG hit an upgrade.
The stuns are big here, and the Octarine really is showing up. But, I mean, yeah, right?
He's good.
Yeah, he got it.
We're
making it exciting, but we knew he had it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And Fumechi gets chunked, unfortunately. So Fumechi
2 on the bench.
Yep. And he's looking.
Could be 3, but I mean, not very likely.
I mean, there's really nothing to do with gold right now if you're BBG.
Exactly. You could sell the Bat Rider, try and look for a Viper, maybe.
BBG picks up Scythe of Vice.
Round 36, formation change here.
We're going to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty typical at this point of the game to try to box your units in. Just make sure you're having your 3-star Abaddon with your Blade Mail take the brunt of the damage. We see here Fumechi's doing a similar thing with the Pudge, just tanking everything. He's got the Terrorblade blinking in back. I think Fumechi is a bit favored here, but the Terrorblade might start attacking something a little bit chunky here because it's boxed in. I mean, he's playing it as if he's against an assassin because he is. This Terrorblade has blink.
Yeah.
And the Scythe of Vice positioning stuns the Terrorblade, turns it into a pig. That positioning might have won in this fight.
Well, Terrorblade's still
healthy. He's one-shotting everything. He's almost killed it all, and it's good enough. BBG repels here. Fumechi is at 10 on his board, and he also hits a repel. Both players still in. That Scythe of Vice positioning, Chaos Knight coming in clutch.
What do you think about Witch Doctor being in the corner there, being the target for Pudge? You got hooked instantly.
Very good. You always have to play around your Pudge positioning. Witch Doctor, it's tanky. If it gets hooked, it will use the Octarine Essence with the paralyzing cask and stun everything. Very, very powerful. I love that positioning gimmick. With Chaos Knight and the Scythe of Vice, the Terrorblade's blinking, you can get it. What can Fumechi do about this? Is he going to try to mind game this? Is he going to move the Blink Dagger to something else? He's keeping the Blink on him, but we might see the Scythe of Vice change his hands. Scythe of Vice on the Batrider now. The Terrorblade needs to avoid getting turned into a pig. That lost him the fight last time. He hits it again!
Becomes a 3-star pig.
And the Scythe of Vice almost carrying this.
But,
huge positioning swap by BBG.
A lot healthier.
He's going down. This Terrorblade doesn't take it.
The Witch Doctor stuns go huge, and
BBG repels again. Fumechi on his board repels again, and they're both still in this.
Stalemate from both players. And there isn't really anything to roll for. You don't really. I mean, you have the Queen of Pain on one.
Neither player is looking for upgrades. This is 100% positioning gaming at this point. It's just mind games with Scythe of Vice. Terrorblade has. It depends who Terrorblade's going to be attacking. We might see the Blink being pulled off the Terrorblade. It could be swapped with another item, like for example, Hood of Defiance. If Fumechi doesn't like the Sheepstick, if he feels like he can't play around it.
This is the perfect example of what the very high level Underlords looks like. Exactly. Itemization, positioning, the 1v1 battles. This is where it really matters to know the meta and kind of how everything's going to play out.
The thing about Blink Dagger is it forces him to attack either Viper or Batrider. It's a 50-50. He's going to blink in here, and he'll choose one target randomly. He took the Blink Dagger off. He took Relic on the Terrorblade. He made the call to play around the Scythe of Vice.
Terrorblade's still healthy, but it looks like the Knights are just too much.
He's getting chunked down.
Yeah, it's just
BBG's repelling again. Fumechi repelling again,
on his board.
And every player is winning on their board. Is that 3 rounds in a row? They're both streaking. We're heads up, and they're both streaking, Panda. We're on round 30. We could be going to round 40
here. The first time in this tournament, we're going to get to round 40. Queen of Pain 2 was found, so a bit of an upgrade there. Could be what finally...
It actually could be. Viper 2 to mirror it. Both players hitting upgrades. I like the Queen of Pain 2 a little bit better here. The extra damage on the Scream in an AoE could actually make a little bit of a difference. I do think the Relic on the Terrorblade was an improvement given BBG's cheeky positioning, and I like this Viper being on its side now that we can switch it up. And now we swap the Scythe of Vice. It's on the CK now. The Terrorblade's going to get hit. He's going to walk forward it and sheep himself. The ants. It was the Necrophos that got it instead. The ranged attack took it over. The Terrorblade is alive. The Terrorblade's good here. BBG losing on his board. That's going to be enough. Fumechi needs to be damaged on his board. They're both losing. Fumechi, I think, survives by a hair. I think he lives just long enough. And both players are out. Fumechi taking first place
both players
with Demon
win.
Hunters.
And both players lose at the same time. But BBG loses just a tiny bit faster after 4 rounds. Imagine losing by 1 second. So that was obviously very sad for BBG. Still second place. Gets 7 points. So not too sad about it, I think.
That was an incredible display of skill. Yeah. I mean, Rob was asking earlier, how do you play when your head's up, when you're 1v1? That's a really good example of the kind of strategies you can employ. Both players mind gaming each other.
The difference between kind of boss level play to big boss to then Lord.
Absolutely.
You kind of see it in this tournament. Analyst panel, break it down.